Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be talking about some modern Doctor Who. It's Armageddon time again. The aliens have returned. And we've already done a It's Armageddon talking about what if you could only save one story from each season of classic Doctor Who. Today we're going to be looking at modern Who, and what if you could only save one story from each series of modern Doctor Who? Which one would you save and why? Series 1 is a bit of a tricky one. I'm going to say Dalek. I'm very tempted to say The Empty Child and The Doctor Dances. It's very close between them, but I love Dalek. It's my favorite Dalek story. It's never more personal between the Doctor and the Daleks than it is in this story. I just love everything going on in Dalek. But the Empty Child and The Doctor Dances is a close second. It is a phenomenal piece of storytelling, and it's really hard to pick between them. Series 2, also very tricky. Even though Series 2 is a very mixed bag, and there's a lot of terrible stories, there are several really good ones, with the Impossible Planet two-parter being good, The Girl in the Fireplace being good, the finale being pretty good. I'm going to go with School Reunion. One, I love Sarah Jane. She's my favorite Doctor Who companion, so I do like Sarah Jane being in it. I love how her and Rose don't get along, and then when they do actually start getting along, how they're just laughing at the Doctor. When he's like, what? And they just laugh. And then Tennant's doing a really good job with this as well. And I love the chemistry between the 10th Doctor and Sarah Jane. I like that Sarah Jane is really good at having rapport with different incarnations of the Doctor. Her and 4, very famously, her and 3. But her and 10 get on really well, too. So I really like the chemistry between the characters and the actors there. For Series 3, I gotta go with Blink. I know it doesn't have the Doctor much in it, but I do like Blink a lot. It's just a very original story. There's no other Doctor Who story quite like it. It's the Weeping Angels at their best. I think it's just the one I go with. Despite being a Doctor Light story, in a series that I love Series 3, I still think it's the one I would go with for Series 3. Series 4... that's a tricky one. I would probably say The Journey's End two-parter. It's a bit over the top, but it's fun. You got a lot of companions coming back. Again, you got Davros and the Daleks there. Tennant's putting in a good performance. It's really hard to choose with Series 4. There are several good stories in it, but I do think I would go with Journey's End. Series 5, The 11th Hour. Gotta be The 11th Hour. You know it's not going to be Vincent and the Doctor. Not for me. No, no, no. The 11th Hour is my second favorite post-regeneration story, and I think it's objectively the best post-regeneration story. I just love how it fires on all cylinders. The Doctor just hits the gate running. Just so many epic things going into it. I really like the 11th Hour. Season 6. Season 6 to me is where Modern Who starts to decline in quality. I don't think it's ever quite gotten completely back up since that. Series 6 is a very mixed bag, like pretty much all of the Moffat era. Especially after Series 5 and the rest of the Moffat era. I would say probably A Good Man Goes to War. I like that one a lot. It's not perfect, but I do enjoy it a lot. I like The Doctor's Wife. I think that's from that one. The Girl Who Waited. I think that's from Series 6. I like both of those. But I think I would say A Good Man Goes to War. And I think that's a good one to go with. For Series 7, probably just The Bells of St. John. I like that one a lot. I like the 11th Doctor with Clara a lot. I really wish we'd had more time with Clara and the 11th Doctor together, because I really do like them a lot together. I know some people might pick other ones. Name of the Doctor would be a good choice. I do like Name of the Doctor. It sets up the 50th well. But I always find Bells of St. John a lot of fun. I didn't mention the Tennant specials. Let's go back and do the Tennant specials. The 2009 Tennant specials, probably The End of Time. It's not my favorite of those, but I do think it's a good one. Plus, being a two-parter, we get more story. But I like The End of Time. And I enjoy the extended ending of The End of Time. I know some people don't. They think it drags a little bit, but I like it. I feel like the 10th Doctor earned it. So I'd go with that one. Going with the 50th anniversary specials, like Adventure in Space and Time, Night, Day, Time, and any other little extras they did, I'd say Day of the Doctor. I mean, part of me wants to say Night of the Doctor, because I love Night of the Doctor, but I would say Day of the Doctor. Despite being more a celebration of Modern Who than of Doctor Who, I do enjoy it, despite its flaws. Plus, it has a couple wonderful, amazing scenes at the end, a beautiful cameo at the end. So I would say Day of the Doctor. Series 8, Mummy on the Orient Express. Gotta be. I love Mummy on the Orient Express. That is one of the ones where, like, if someone only watches Classic Who and they're like, I don't know about Modern Who, I'm like, watch Mummy on the Orient Express. It's fantastic. Capaldi is just phenomenal in the role. I absolutely love that story. Series 9, Heaven Sent. It's got to be Heaven Sent. I mean, I also like the Under the Lake two-parter. And Sleep No More has actually got some neat ideas in it, but it's got to be Heaven Sent. Most of Series 9 is not really good. It's kind of it's kind of the modern version of Season 17, at least the stereotypical view of Season 17, where you have a couple tentpole titles and the rest of it's not that great. Series 9 is like that. You have 2 or 3 really good stories, and the rest of it's not so great. So I would easily say Heaven Sent. Series 10, The Doctor Falls. If you count World Enough Time, Doctor Falls, and Twice Upon a Time as all one story, then I definitely want that. But even if you don't count Twice Upon a Time, if you count just World Enough Time and Doctor Falls, I'd still pick that one. It's a really good story. Series 11. I would probably say The Ghost Monument. I do tend to like The Ghost Monument. A lot of that is the guest cast. I like the guest cast in that story a lot. I like the bit with the bandages. I've talked good about that story before. It's probably my favorite of Series 11, although I find Kerblam pretty entertaining too. Series 12 is a tough one because I actually, as I've said before on the channel many times, I actually enjoyed a lot of Series 12. It has some problems. Whittaker's still not great as the Doctor most of the time in it, but I like the Tesla episode, and I really like Can You Hear Me? I probably like the Tesla episode better, but 13 is actually pretty good as the Doctor in Can You Hear Me? I think I would go with Can You Hear Me just because I feel like the 13th Doctor actually feels like the Doctor in that episode, so I'd probably go with that. And with Flux, if we're doing them as separate episodes, which I do because they have separate titles, I would say War of the Suntarans. I mean, Village of the Angels isn't bad, except for that terrible, crappy ending when she turns into the statue, which is just dumb. But War of the Suntarans is actually pretty good, and I like the way it actually portrays the Suntarans in it. Kind of makes them threatening again. I like that. So I'd go with that. And for the Whittaker specials, if I could keep one of her 3 specials, I would keep Power of the Doctor. I like Eve of the Daleks, but I did really enjoy Power of the Doctor. I thought it was quite possibly Whittaker's best episode. I really enjoyed a lot of stuff going on with it. So those are the ones I would pick. I would like to know which ones you would pick. So comment down below and tell me if you could only say one story from each series of modern Doctor Who, which ones would you pick and why? Other things to do, don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. There's a link to that down in the description below. Whew, running out of breath. I also want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I appreciate their support as I do the support of all of my patrons. It really does mean a lot. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review, and a link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.